Now, the final chapter of the Senate spending scandal is closed. The Crown has dropped its fraud and breach of trust charges against Senator Patrick Brazeau. The trouble stemmed from housing expenses he claimed for a secondary residence in Gatineau, Quebec. He was ordered to repay about $49,000, which the Senate recouped by withholding Brazeau's salary. The Senate's Internal Economy Committee says Brazeau is now back in the Senate and in full standing and has access to the resources of his office. Joining me now from Montreal is Senator Brazeau's lawyer, Christian Deslauriers. Good morning. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning, Marcia.
So let's begin with your client's reaction. How's he feeling after this decision?
He's feeling relief, actually. He went through a hardship, as you can imagine, for 3 years. He's been put in a public place in a bad way, and since the beginning, he has claimed that he did nothing wrong, followed the policies in place at the time. Policies that ultimately were deemed to be imprecise and ununderstandable. Even to a lawyer, it was very complicated to understand what the rules were. So he claimed following the rules since the beginning, and now yesterday was the end of the worst chapter in his life, I should say.
Is he concerned that his reputation has been smeared for good?
I think he can reestablish it. The thing is, obviously, to the public, Mr. Brazeau did something wrong. To the Senate, Mr. Brazeau did something wrong. But this is something that is more in the moral side of things. So morally, the Senate was of the opinion that he did something wrong in claiming for a second residence. But legally, is another challenge. So legally, he followed every law in place. And I think, given the fact the Crown said they had no prospect of conviction, I think Mr. Brazeau can reestablish himself in proving that he can be a good senator.
Yet, does he feel that he needs to rehabilitate his image?
Oh, I think so, definitely. And his image was affected, and the charges, I mean, as I explained yesterday, I understand that the RCMP investigated this matter. There were red flags and, you know, so they did their job. But there was another step between, like, investigating the matter and laying charges. So once you lay charges, it's public, and to the public who is not informed of all the details of the case, Mr. Brazeau looked guilty until the Crown dropped the charges yesterday. But what the people don't know is that Senator Brazeau, before claiming for a secondary residence in Gatineau, Quebec, asked permission to the Senate. What should I do if I want to claim for secondary residence? And this is all in writing in an email. And the staff gets a reply saying, send us a lease with a copy of the rules. And the rules are impossible to understand. So now Justice Vaillancourt on the Duffy trial, when he rendered judgment, spent 55 pages of his judgment explaining how he could not understand the rules. And that being said, it's impossible for someone who try to interpret the rules to intentionally breach rules you can't understand.
Will Mr. Brazeau take action against the Senate, do you think?
It's not impossible, obviously. It's not impossible. He had to repay $55,000 because there was interest on the $49,000, and he wants the money back, actually. And we are going to explore all sorts of legal possibilities. Obviously, the Senate's decision is a parliamentary decision, so it's very difficult to attack these kind of decisions in court, but we're going to explore all avenues and see what could be done.
Okay. Thanks so much for talking to us today. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Have a good day.